Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks and also for stocks that have attracted a lot of attention during the latter session. And this is the case of today. We will talk about FUV traded at Nasdaq and company name Arcimoto. Well, Arcimoto is actually going really outrageous recent days, starting the current wave from the level of let's say in about 8-9 of November from the level of 6 and going all the way till 20, so it's more than 3 times growth. It's of course remarkable and huge, and now the question is, where are we going to go, what's the future, and where can we make our trade, if any, and what could be any safe margins here to play with. So you can see here upsides, really huge growth, almost more than 3 times. So now what we can do here, how we can play. Of course, usually it's advised to hold on these stocks, but if you really want, and because we attracted a lot of, actually acquired a lot of questions about this, we decided to make the video on our channel. So let's look the most safest approaches you can take here. Also, we need to keep in mind that this stock can be incredibly volatile, and major technical indicators here that are usually used for analysis are non-informative. For example, RSI is just going beyond any possible levels. It's 90.33, very high. Also, if you look at MACD level, it's actually already making a second upwards wave, and it's also incredibly high level, and also historically was not seen. No need to speak about volumes, also incredible increase. If you look during the noise level or previous levels, it's just enormous. And in that sense, of course, FUV, at the moment, it's a company that has a market capitalization of 564 million. So you don't need to forget that overall, it is the company that does not have that much funds in general for run, but it's showing some nice results, positive news actually mainly. And it was announced just 5 hours ago that it will place 15 million common stock direct offering priced above the market. And this is really interesting information, because for a company that shows such a great growth, which is not really based on anything super solid, of course earning results and everything the rest were let's say also not that impressive. That's also interesting situation here, that although the Q3 results were expected to be minus 13 cents per share, it was minus 15, so we missed them. But independently on that, the price is now just going, it's unbelievable, more than 3.5 times. And of course, if you would ask yourself, is there any fundamentals for that? Also, don't forget that just in June, the price was even lower, so it was here. The question is, can it hold? Of course, it's nice the company can do some stuff, etc., but still it also needs some funds to run, and therefore you see this candle of today is showing this instability. So it's a white candle though, but with very big upwards and downward shadow. Still it's intraday, it's yellow, the candle not formed yet, but most probably we will have a very big upward shadow because it's Friday, so end of trading week, and many people will leave, those who are afraid to keep over weekend, and it's very understandable. So in that sense, we can expect a strong pullback here, but still, because company acquires a lot of expectations, I think this resonance trading will still be continuing, but you need to be careful with buying and knowing where you can enter. So having said this, let's look. And again, in these cases, for these companies, this is only the way you can trade for these charts. It's only looking at the candles themselves, because all other parameters are not speaking anything. So let's have a look. The most serious support, it's about 9. Okay, this is the strong one, quite low, actually more than 100% down. Don't think we go there. Well, in comparison to today's top, actually more than 100%. So the next one is where we can go. The next level where can some recharge take place. This is actually the candle of 2 trading sessions ago, and the top of it was just about 10 below 11. Let's say this level. So this level could be a kind of reconfirmation level for the stock. And if you look now the prices, another reconfirmation can start actually also from today's lows, meaning that we can open from this in the weekend, from the Monday, or it could be the volatility point. So also very important point here, because the price didn't go lower of this, so it's very strong psychological point as well. So now we have these three levels, and let's call the lines. We can call S1, S2 and S3. Of course, if you look to other parameters like moving averages here, it's moving average 20, 50 and 200 being green, blue and red lines correspondingly. Here on the left you see their legends. Well, they are going also very fast accelerating, but this acceleration is momentum based. It's not really slowly driven by price, it's just enormous volume in 2 days. And you see they are boosting, so they are going really like this with acceleration. If it would be something, let's say, slower behavior like we saw somewhere in June, you can say, well, yes, they are really nicely going up. But this behavior is happening in actually a couple of days, so it's very hard to say if it's real or just the mathematical depiction of this enormous volume being traded. But nevertheless, so we can expect here huge volatility, and volatility can start all the way below S1 channel towards S2 and then all the way to S3. So with this having said, actually the first entry, the relatively safe entry, will be, let's say, from the middle of S1, S2 all the way till S2. So let's say somewhere from 12 till S2 level. So this would be the first entry here. Should the price feed pierce further down and then giving there is another support line here on these levels, so it's this one, then we can actually say that it's a little bit weak one, but we can say here, let's name it then S4. So with this having said, anything below S3 and all the way till S4 would be the second entry to average down this downward spike, if it will be happening, because then we can have another recharge. It would be most probably like 2 peaks, kind of the peak with 2 peaks, so something similar to what we observed in July. So up, down, up, and only then major correction. Here it could be deeper with bigger, more pronounced waves. And with this having said, if this happens like this would be the most safe place. So you can enter here with 1 portion, then average down with 2 portions. I would anyway keep another 2 portions just in case. So let's say this would be the 5 portion game. First enter 1, then 2, and another 2, the last support, just in case. As always we do, oversave if price just really plunders down. Keep it in mind, this would be on these levels, it would be actually kind of the final entry between this level and moving average 200. This would be the final average down with 2, and this would be then S5 level. But again, it's not that we go that low, just in case, to give you the most safest approach where you can play. This is purely volatility game, riding waves, nothing about long or short term, even trends, just to scalp quickly. This is the first entry, then exit at S1. If this one, then exit at S2. If the third one, just exit at S3. So exit at the nearest upper support line if you enter from a, let's say, respective circle. With this having said, well, be very patient with FUF. Very dangerously volatile, but if you do a cautious play with 2 portions, you can still make some profit here. Overall, of course, if you are like a long-term back holding person, like holding portfolio, let's say, back holding is not the best term, then it's advised to wait until dust settles and you see actually the further future for FUF. So with this having said, this is all in current episode about Arcimoto Incorporated. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you are a first-time viewer. We have a lot of videos discussing interesting opportunities at US-based market, mainly Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange. Also, please press the bell button. This way you will not miss new videos, notifications, and see you at another episode of Stocks Advisor channel.